You're standing in a stadium. 60,000 strangers surround you. Your team scores. And for 1 second, you scream like you've known every single one of them your whole life. It feels like joy. But the real answer is far stranger. Your brain isn't celebrating a goal. It's doing something it has done for hundreds of thousands of years. Something far older than football. Something older than language itself. In the late 1800s, a sociologist named Emil Durkheim studied religious gatherings around the world. He noticed something strange. When large groups moved, chanted, or sang together, individuals seemed to dissolve. People stopped feeling like themselves. They started feeling like part of something larger. Durkheim called this collective effervescence, a boiling over of shared emotion that erases the line between you and the crowd. Sound familiar? Thousands of years before stadiums existed, your ancestors stood in circles around fires. They drummed. They chanted. They moved in rhythm, together, for hours. And their brains released the exact same chemical flood you feel today when a crowd roars as one. A researcher named Dimitris Gagalatas studied this directly. He placed heart rate monitors on people during synchronized rituals, firewalks, and group chants. What he found was remarkable. When people move or shout in sync, their heartbeats start to match. Strangers become physiologically linked. Their bodies sync before their minds do. That's not a metaphor. That's biology. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar took it further. He found that activities like singing, dancing, and shouting in unison trigger a release of oxytocin, the same chemical involved in bonding between parents and infants, the chemical that makes strangers feel like family. For most of human history, this was how tribes survived. Bonded groups hunted better, defended better, and stayed together longer. Here's the twist. You weren't built to bond with one person at a time. You were built to bond with a crowd. Your nervous system is still running code written for tribal survival, tens of thousands of years before anyone kicked a ball. So when 60,000 people scream together, your ancient brain doesn't see a sports match. It sees a tribe, a fire, a ritual. For one moment, a part of our shared human nature finally gets what it's been waiting for. That's why people cry at concerts. That's why strangers hug after a goal. That's why silence after a loss feels like grief, not disappointment. You're not just standing in a stadium with 60,000 strangers. You're tapping into the deepest, most hardwired social instinct inside us. And for 90 minutes, you finally remember how to belong.